Welcome to Equal Entertainment. I'm Tracy E. Gilchrist. It's been weeks since actor, singer, musician Jamie Foxx was hospitalized in Atlanta, and we still don't know much more about his condition. His family and friends are keeping a tight seal on information. There's been practically nothing other than his family initially asking for privacy and a post last week saying, "We appreciate all the love, feeling blessed." Foxx has traditionally had a desire to keep his personal life private, despite his long career in film and TV. Foxx was in Atlanta filming the Netflix movie Back in Action when he was rushed to the hospital. Disney Plus subscriptions are down by 4 million to 158 million. That's just the first quarter of the year. Disney Plus launched in 2019 and propelled itself to the top of the streaming business. Now, Disney Plus is feeling the pinch of the economy. Variety reports success at the company's theme parks has helped curb its losses. Disney plans to produce less content for streaming going forward. But it's still dealing with layoffs, the writer's strike, and the ire of Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Schitt's Creek star and Advocate cover alum Emily Hampshire is returning to TV in the series Slip on the Roku channel. The series from and starring Zoe Lister-Jones is incredibly funny, heartfelt, and sexy. I talked with Emily about the series and its portrayal of two women having a family together, and also turning up the heat on screen with Lister-Jones's character.
I wonder, would you talk about telling that story and continuing to tell these queer stories that are so important?
Well, again, I think it's the same as we were talking about with in Amelia. It's that it was normal, like normalized in a way that this is a family. It's a queer family with a daughter, and the daughter goes to a party and is a nightmare sometimes, and sometimes it's great and sometimes it's terrible, and that's what it's like to be in a relationship, any relationship, heterosexual, queer, anything. So I just like how real it was in that way.
Slip is streaming now on the Roku channel. Queen Charlotte is holding court. The Bridgerton spin-off series is streaming now on Netflix, and Out.com contributor Gabriella Angelina spoke to stars Freddie Dennis and Sam Clement about the first LGBTQ+ relationship in the Bridgerton world.
So excited to talk to you. So my first question absolutely has to be, Brimsley and Reynolds had some very spicy scenes.
Yeah.
And I just want to know, what was the conversation like going into those shoots, and how did you prepare for this forbidden romance?
Well, I think with any intimate scene, currently the practice is in the industry that you have an intimacy coordinator, and they kind of, beyond the conversations that Sam and I had ourselves, Lucy Fennell and Lizzie Talbot facilitated those conversations, and they created such a safe space, because obviously with all intimate scenes it requires a vulnerability, and the conversations we had surrounding the scene, and the fact that they were there on set talking us through, choreographing us, just made it actually sort of an amazing experience. I felt very nurtured and safe.
Yeah, same. And it just allowed us to be able to throw ourselves into the scene themselves and focus on what we needed to achieve, because there's no way that could have happened without feeling comfortable and safe and respected, and Lizzie and her entire team were brilliant in doing so.
Yeah.
Okay, and Shonda Rhimes is a legendary writer and showrunner, so I have to ask, did you learn anything specifically from bringing her words to life?
I don't think yes. I think the main thing that I learned was, and I did already know this, I knew how enjoyable acting was, but when writing is that electric, it is such a joy, because you do have to do something, but you almost don't have to do anything, because there's so much life that comes out of the page at you as soon as you say the word.
Yeah, I think that's such a good point. Reading the scripts, what I think is brilliant writing is when each character has a clear voice, and if I can hear that very clear voice when I'm reading the script, I'm always like, well, this is very, very special, and that's absolutely the experience I had reading episode 1 and 2 for the first time. Yeah.
Bridgerton is a huge guilty pleasure for so many. I would love to know, what are your guilty pleasure TV shows?
You go first.
My guilty pleasure TV show. I'm a massive foodie, so I actually there's a TV show in the UK on a Saturday morning called Saturday Morning Kitchen Live, and they have celebrity guests come on and they do their food heaven and their food hell, and the people cook for an hour and a half, and I quite like watching that with a cup of tea. Yeah.
I don't know if I have a guilty
Oh, come
pleasure. I
on.
don't think I do, man. I don't think I have a guilty pleasure. I would just say my pleasure is Succession.
I thought you were about to say Success.
No, but Succession is my favorite TV program, and I've recently been enjoying David Attenborough's Wild Isle.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
And my last question before I wrap it up, what has been the most rewarding part of being a part of the world of Ton and Bridgerton?
Well, I think for me, Freddie, it's just been the amount that I've learned over the last year. I came and I'm still very, very green as an actor, and still kind of trying to find my feet slightly. But I have just grown so much in this last year because of the guidance of everyone that I worked with, because of friends, because of
I mean, I feel the same, and I think also if this show deals with such universal themes that all of us experience on a day-to-day basis. You know, it's character driven, this story, and these characters are full of so much humanity, and we can all see so much of ourselves within these characters. And I feel like I've learned a lot about myself throughout shooting this show. And again, that's down to Shonda's brilliant creation.
Another love story is hitting theaters. Priyanka Chopra Jones and Sam Heughan and Celine Dion star in a new rom-com, Love Again. It tackles themes of grief, discovering love, and technology and dating. I spoke with Priyanka and Sam about what moviegoers can expect from this love story set to Celine Dion's music.
I wanted to go to you first, Priyanka, and ask you about this love story that really kind of comes out of this time where we've all kind of experienced collective grief, and then, you know, everyone has their own personal grief. But I think it's really universal in a way that it hasn't been before. Would you talk about, you know, opening one's heart after a loss like one that Mira experiences?
I think that that's the beauty of the movie, is it's so relatable, because I think all of us at some point in our lives have been struck by grief in a very deep way. I think most people would have felt that feeling where, you know, you feel a sense of just numbness or being stuck, where you're immobile, you're not able to take yourself out of a rut. And whatever the reason for that might be, but you have to choose yourself. And there's something so powerful in what Mira does, is she chooses herself. She, you know, says, I'm going to give myself another shot. And she opens the door a little bit by saying, all right, you know what? I'm going to go on this one date. I'm going to try it out. And then slowly, you know, the wind blows the door open and she finds her person. And there's something so serendipitous and magical about that meet cute, which is that, you know, when you're least expecting, love just sweeps you away.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, thank you for that. And Sam, I imagine this is the question of the day, but would you talk a bit about learning how to open oneself up to love from Celine Dion?
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, where to start really, but you know, both these characters are in various ways closed or rejecting love. You know, Rob has shut himself off from it. He's become cynical about it. And not open to it. And I mean, who better to guide you on that path than Celine Dion? And, you know, initially he doesn't listen. He doesn't hear the truth behind her words, right? But as he also opens himself up to it, he allows, you know, destiny allows the universe to take control, and love takes over, and eventually, you know, get salvation from them both. But Celine is amazing. She's created this amazing music, 5 original tracks for us.
And she's so funny in the movie.
She's funny. She's heartwarming, and you're gonna just fall in love with Celine as well.
Incredible. Well, Priyanka, I wonder, would you just touch on that aspect of the film, the Celine Dion of it all?
Well, I think it's amazing that she has shown so much love for this movie. She's an executive producer on the movie. She's also starring in it. She's done the soundtrack with the songs. And having someone like her believe in the movie and provide her amazing talent has just given us wings. And I'm just so happy that she, you know, saved her acting debut for our movie.
Thanks again to Priyanka and Sam for speaking with me. And how awesome is it that Celine Dion is in this movie? Love Again is in theaters May 12th. That's all the time we have for this episode. I'm Tracy E. Gilchrist, and that's what's happening in entertainment.